You also talk about another instinct, and this is one that I think, for me especially, it can provide a lot of difficulty as a parent, and that's the instinct of counterwill. So can you tell us a bit more about what counterwill is and how it really takes shape in the parent-child dynamic?
Yes, yes. The counterwill instinct is even the word counterwill. We have no real name for this, and so what it means basically is to resist the will of another. And so that's to counter the will, to counter their wishes, expectations, their commands, their rules, all of these kinds of things, is to counter this. And this, it turns out that this counter will is we are resistant by default, and the only thing that trumps this instinct is when our attachment instincts are actually engaged. And so if you have a 2-year-old or 3-year-old and their attachment instincts are not engaged, that doesn't mean they don't have a relationship with the caregiver or with the parent. It means that at that moment, they're not seeking to be with, seeking to be like. And you say, pick up your shoes or do this or pick up this. Immediately the instinct is to resist, to work to rule, to do the opposite of what is expected. And it tends to take us by surprise. We think of it as disobedience, as defiance. We think of it in all kinds of terms, when in actual fact, it is nature's way of protecting our children from being influenced, told what to do, directed by anyone when their attachment instincts are not engaged. And we were designed for a world where a contact and closeness was more continuous. In our world, contact is broken all the time. And so we live in a fractured world and coming undone. And so the counterwill is hugely problematic for us in our world today. Their children come home from school. The first thing we say to them is, "Put away your clothes. Put away your shoes." All of those things. And the instinct of the child is to say, "Can't make me," or to work to rule or to resist. And the more you want them to eat their peas, the less they want to eat their peas, and all of this. And the reason for this is basically their attachment instincts are not engaged. It's that simple. And the big reason, which we talk about in the book, Hold On to Your Kids, is today children are replacing their parents with their peers. Peers have become, they prefer to be with their peers more. When this happens, the counterwill is immense. And it is a state of affairs. So it can happen even when the relationship is good, but the parent has forgotten. If the parent goes into their room first thing in the morning and says, "Come on, hurry up, you've got a bus to catch, we got a lunch to make, you've got, breakfast," and then if you say hurry up, the child literally slows down, right? Yeah, spouses do this too, by the way. It's not just children. And what we forget to do is engage the attachment instincts, which we might want to talk about how to do a little bit later. But that's counterwill. Counterwill is, so interesting. We're not conscious of something we don't even have a name for. And so the problem is here is this instinct that is so basic. Whenever I talk about it, it becomes self-evident to people. Like they see it all over in themselves, And it just can make a real mess of parenting.